including debate on a couple of suspension bills. Votes on those at 6:30 Eastern. Tomorrow, the House is expected to take up another temporary spending bill to fund the federal government. The current continuing resolution keeps the government running until Friday, and if approved, this next CR would be the 6th. A little bit later today, the House Rules Committee will meet to craft rules for debating the temporary spending measure. That starts at 5 p.m. Eastern. You'll be able to see it live on C-SPAN 3. And now to live coverage of the U.S. House.
The House will be in order. The Chair lays before the House a communication from the Speaker.
The Speaker's Rooms, Washington, D.C., March 14, 2011. I hereby appoint the Honorable John Campbell to act as Speaker pro tempore on this day. Signed, John A. Boehner, Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Pursuant to the order of the House of January 5, 2011, the Chair will now recognize members from lists submitted by the majority and minority leaders for morning hour debate. The Chair will alternate recognition between the parties, with each party limited to 1 hour, and each member other than the majority and minority leaders and the minority whip limited to 5 minutes each. But in no event shall debate continue beyond 1:50 p.m. Chair recognizes the gentleman from South Carolina, Mr. Duncan, for 1 minute. Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to speak on behalf of the people of the 3rd Congressional District of South Carolina, to express our condolences to the folks, the people of Japan, in the wake of the 8.9 magnitude earthquake that struck off the northeast coast of Japan this past Friday, and the devastating tsunami that claimed the lives of thousands of people. I visited Japan twice, once back in 2007 and again in 2009, where I took my oldest son. It's a beautiful country, and I know the people of Japan to be a resilient, generous, and hard-working people. In this time of inexpressible suffering and need, please know that the people of South Carolina and the people of America stand with the citizens of Japan. May God bless them, and may God continue to bless America.
The Chair recognizes the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Connolly, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the year-long continuing resolution the Republicans in this House passed last month on a straight party-line vote represents misguided values. House Republicans sought to cut an arbitrary amount of funding and did so with a meat axe, indiscriminately attacking worthwhile investments, giving no concern to the tremendously negative impact this irresponsible attack will have on our economy. In the race for ever-increasing and arbitrary cuts, they have demonstrated they know the cost of everything and the value of nothing. Moody's Analytics said that this approach would cost the nation 700,000 jobs. The Economic Policy Institute said 800,000 jobs. Goldman Sachs said the long-term Republican plan would lower economic growth by 2%, while increasing unemployment by 1%. Even the conservative Club for Growth called it a mistake, stating that cutting spending is important, but economic growth is even more important. The need for fiscal discipline, of course, is clear. We must return to a long-term path of fiscal responsibility to reduce deficits. But we must not sacrifice our values and our future all in the name of deficit reduction. Where Americans value health protections, the Republican CR slashes funding for food safety inspection, community health centers, women's health programs, and the National Institutes of Health. Where Americans value national security, the Republican plan eliminates funding for local police officers and firefighters protecting our communities, and slashes funding for nuclear nonproliferation, air marshals, and customs and border protection. Where Americans value the sacrifice our men and women in uniform make to protect us, the Republican plan slashes funding to assist homeless veterans. Where Americans value a focus on job creation, the Republican plan slashes funds for job training and dramatically reduces educational support. Where Americans value transportation improvements, the Republican plan slashes funding for infrastructure improvements and eliminates the federal commitment to the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority. Where Americans value clean air and water, the Republican plan destroys the nation's long-fought environmental protections. In fact, according to the organization Republicans for Environmental Protection, the Republican plan represents an unprecedented assault on America's environment. The Republican plan defunds the landmark Chesapeake Bay restoration effort, for example, a joint effort of localities, states, and the federal government to protect and preserve America's largest estuary. In fact, that plan goes further and repeals long-standing Clean Water Act health protections, such as the ability to enact standards for arsenic pollution, lead pollution, and acid mine drainage in water supplies. The Republican plan also repeals much of the Clean Air Act, including EPA's ability to protect us from mercury pollution, soot, and greenhouse gases. In fact, the CR even repeals the ability to monitor and track greenhouse gases, presumably because if you're not allowed to verify a potential problem, it must not exist. Where Americans value energy independence, the Republican plan endangers our security. Through the existing Clean Air Act, we're reducing our nation's dependence on foreign oil through improved fuel efficiency standards. An agreement to improve fuel efficiency by 30% by 2016 will result in American car owners saving $3,000 per vehicle and will reduce the nation's oil dependence by 77 billion gallons of gasoline for vehicles produced from 2012 through 2016. This efficiency improvement will keep $9.9 billion from being sent to OPEC countries like Libya and Iran unless the Republican plan succeeds in overturning those efforts. Mr. Speaker, the continuing resolution passed 2 weeks ago is not responsible. It sacrifices our nation's values, our health, our security, our economy, our transportation needs, our environmental plans, and hundreds of thousands of jobs. But now we have a chance to work together in a bipartisan fashion, Republicans and Democrats working with the Senate to reduce the deficit in a conscientious manner. Let's work together to reach a compromise on funding of the federal government that addresses the nation's debt while preserving American values. And I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Pursuant to Clause 12A of Rule 1, the Chair declares the House in recess until 2 p.m. today.
Members are taking a break now before starting legislative work at 2 p.m.